Welcome to Powering Success, future-proofing your generator company, the go-to podcast for industry leaders in the generator installation and service business. Here we dive into the strategies and innovations that keep your company ahead of the competition and bring you insights from top experts and successful entrepreneurs. Let's get started and power up your potential. Now here's your host, marketing guru John Tedesco.
All right, guys, welcome to Powering Success, future-proofing your generator business. I'm John Tedesco, and alongside my co-host Danielle.
Welcome.
We're thrilled to have you guys, Joel and Trevor Ellwanger from All American Electric, on our show. And since launching his company in 2005, Joel has grown All American Electric into the largest provider on the Delmarva Peninsula, specializing in Generac Kohler generators. And today we'll explore, his journey, their journey, the booming generator industry, key trends from Kohler versus Generac debate to evolving buyer's journey, and even touch on some fun personal insights, including his take on the Baltimore Orioles.
That backfired on me, John, didn't it? It really did. I even went to watch we'll get there. We'll get there. If there's time. We don't actually need to go there.
No, we don't. We could just leave it there. It's fine. But Joel and Trevor, thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
All right. Yeah. So let's get started with your story. How did you get into the generator business?
Yeah. I'll start. A slight correction to John's intro of us. So my parents started the business, which is fine. They started the business with my cousin and uncle. This year is 20 years ago, and they were putting in generators, doing a lot of electrical service work, and they started to do generator installs for Lowe's, and they were pretty consistent with it. They weren't really trying to advertise or make a push into generators. It was just, they're coming in, we'll install them. So they did eventually see that as a really nice niche to get into, profitable niche. And Trevor started with them and was working with them with 2017, 2018. Okay. And then I started in 2019, and I kind of came on to, I told Trevor in 1 year we'd be ranked number one on Google for searching for just generator work, and I didn't live up to that, but I didn't know how difficult it was.
We also set like a crazy goal. Now we look back on it, it was like, if we can sell 50 generators next year, like we'll be doing good. Like, and now I look back and think, wow, like now.
And what year was that? What year was that?
2019, 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Oh, it was hard back then.
Well, no, probably not for some dealers, but Trevor and I were pretty, we started to really want to make the push into generators.
Yeah.
So,
really little marketing, like just, pretty much the only marketing we really, we kind of counted on Generac to send us leads.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much.
So what were some of the challenges that you were facing back then at that point?
Most of it was we weren't really set up, technologically speaking, for managing the generator install and service business. So they were operating out of filing cabinets and paper folders. Mm-hmm. Yep. So looking through that to see when people are due for service didn't always generate the best satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Expectations. You tell them you're going to be there in a year and you're 6 months late. Or they call you because you forgot. So we kind of needed initially just knew we needed to bring that up to speed, get a good CRM, something that we can manage
Yeah.
customers on a repeat basis.
Mm-hmm.
And we did build the Google business profile up, put a big
Mm-hmm.
effort into that. That was um, done by us, and then a web developer lady and a good friend help us on the web design. So that happened, and then well, COVID happened in 2019.
Yeah, was COVID a big,
Yeah.
a big push?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was. Yes,
switched to virtual consultations.
that was different. That
Wow.
was different.
Yeah.
I was at an appointment today, and the lady made me put on a mask. I haven't had to
Yeah,
do
there's
that
some
in a
people
long
that are
time.
still, yeah.
She has like a 98-year-old mother
Yeah.
that she's caring for, so I respect that. But
Yep.
Okay.
But
Wow.
yeah, I think people put a lot more value in generators during COVID, and then even after COVID. I'm not sure what year Sandy hit. It didn't really affect our area at all. But we have a lot of people that migrate from New York and New Jersey to our area to retire, and a lot of times I hear people like they'll start telling stories of when they were in Sandy,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to experience it anymore. So it's like even we kind of get the best of both worlds. We didn't have to experience the disaster, but we get to reap the
Yeah.
benefits. People that did, of the people that did.
Yeah, man, I wish I had a generator during Sandy. We were out for 10 days.
Yeah,
So just trying to stay at family's place, in-laws'
Yeah.
place, whoever had power. It was just
Yeah.
intermittent all
And
over
then I
New
told
Jersey.
John, that's it. We need a generator.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore.
I've only used it a couple of times since we put it in.
that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But it's very exciting. Okay,
Like,
so COVID hit, kind of gave you a little bit of a boost, and then and you're working your website, building out your Google profile a little bit. Um, what was the next big thing? How did you start to get leads beyond that, and like what was your business starting to do in terms of like generator installs after that?
Yeah, I think 2020, we were somewhere around 150, 160 installs,
Hmm.
which for a business our size, and we were on pretty lean, one install crew. Um, that felt pretty solid for us. And then it's been pretty consistent. It's above 150 every year lately, but yeah, I think our best year was like 180 in 22 or 23. Sorry, 23, and then 24 was a felt like a down year for us.
Mhm.
25, we're trending it's trending to be our best year. So,
That's good.
Awesome.
I don't know what could factor into that,
Yeah,
but
thanks to your new marketing team, Power Source. I get it.
So, can you share a pivotal moment in your career that changed the trajectory of your company?
um,
Is there any one thing that you can identify? No?
I think maybe it was COVID.
nothing. Just being willing to, I guess, innovate and adapt. Really, just
Yeah.
Trevor's always thinking of ways to clean up installs, make them more efficient, get our guys in and out.
Mhm.
Use as many tools as we can to save. Our guys we have a young crew, but they're only going to get older, so we kind of use a lot of machinery
Mhm.
without tearing up yards and things like that. But so that's allowed us to double up on install days with one crew. We can go ahead and group up installs in the same area, do two in a day, things like that.
Okay.
So just little changes and innovations, nothing major.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. So you have an install crew and you have a service crew separate.
Yep.
I'm assuming your service guys are out all the time.
Yeah. We hired a guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Trevor was doing a lot of service. Um,
Mhm.
uh, and then we did hire another guy to help us with service about a year ago, a little over a year ago. And um, it's getting to be a little too much for him. So we just recently, in the last 2 months, picked up another guy to help with service. So yeah, we try
You
and
do
stay lean.
commercial also? You do commercial also, or just residential?
Now we'll do commercial generator jobs, but
Mhm.
we don't do commercial work as far as just
Very, very little. Maybe,
Okay.
maybe one a year.
Okay. And what makes you stand out from your competitors in your area?
Their marketing agency.
that helps.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
Our marketing agency does help us stand out because I want to tell a quick story real quick. It's great.
Okay.
So our competitors are our competitors, but over the years, we've developed relationships with good ones that we enjoy working with, and we know that they do quality installs for customers, and they're just good people. So I talk to one of our competitors probably weekly. We just kind of bounce things off of each other. If he has a problem with a generator that he can't quite figure out, it works both ways. We call each other a lot, in different situations, but uh, he operates his business a lot like we probably did years ago with folders and technologies.
Mhm.
Just it's not really his thing, which is fine. He does really good for for
Mhm.
for uh, for running a folder-based business.
Mm-hmm.
But I always get to hear stories from him, like, man, I was eating my Cheerios this morning and looking through Facebook, and you guys popped up. Man, that's a pretty killer ad you got there. Like, if I wasn't a generator dealer, I probably would go ahead and buy from you guys without even shopping around. So it always cracks me up when he's like, "Yeah," and then he'll call you. Well, how's the number one generator dealer doing? Like he heard one of our radio advertisements. He's like, man, you really make me feel good when I hear that.
Oh man,
It's it's
That's
it's
funny.
it's
it's great that you're
definitely
friends with him.
yeah.
And you get to hear about it.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's great.
yes. That's really good. Love to hear it.
Back to the question. What was the question?
I forgot what I even asked.
Did you forget?
Yeah.
Well, let's move on. Let's move
Go
on.
ahead, John.
Yeah.
Okay, so the generator industry has exploded in recent years. So, what's driving this demand? What do you feel is driving this demand, and where do you feel like the industry is going? Like, give me the next 5 years.
yeah, there's a just customer feedback that we've been getting in the last couple months. It's just uncertainty in the grid. A lot of people are fearing like uh, EMPs, which I always tell customers, there's a product out there on the market, EMP Shield. They make a very bold claim as to what uh, they can do, but we've never experienced an EMP. I can't give you that guarantee that they do. So, we try and be honest with people, but that's a fear. Uh, Met with a guy. He wanted to be completely off grid. He's concerned with natural gas. What if we don't have access to natural gas? So
Right.
I had to talk him out of a portable generator, just by saying if there's a natural gas issue,
We have bigger problems.
Mhm.
they're not going to be running gasoline up and down the highway for you either.
Mhm.
And you might get shot at the gas pump. Who knows? So,
Yeah,
or wait in line. So,
yeah.
it just seems to be this kind of a wave of uncertainty and a wave of
Yeah.
fear.
A lot of our customers are older, early retirement years, and I think they have a lot more time to watch the news, and they're
Yeah.
constantly inundated with that uncertainty. Um, if they experience them. I think because they are getting up there in age, I think they feel a little bit more vulnerable. Like if power does go out, we really aren't in a good situation to be able to do anything.
Sure.
We have a lot of customers that have portable generators, and you show up and you're working in the garage, and there sits a portable generator, and the guy will tell you, like, yeah, I just realized I'm too old to drag that thing out when the power goes out, and I don't want to fool with it anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I always tell people too, you sit there for 5 minutes with no power and you debate, should I go through the trouble of getting my generator out and starting it up?
Mm-hmm.
And then after 10 minutes, you might do that. And then you go out and get it all hooked up, turn it on, and then you sit back down in your recliner and the power's on. So do you want to do that? I don't think so, but
Yeah.
I have a pretty good story. An old guy was we have a generator at. He has one of these electric chairs, and he was reclined in his chair,
Oh, geez.
and he said his power went out, and he
You
waited,
couldn't get up.
and he waited, and he's like, and he started to he's like, I really got to go to the bathroom. He's like,
Oh,
and there was nothing he could do. He just sat in the chair. He didn't tell
Aw.
me. He didn't tell me the end of the story, but so
that's terrible.
yeah,
Power
he was
goes
laughing.
out.
He was in good spirits about it.
Power goes out mid recline. Oh man.
I'm sure
Yeah.
at the time he wasn't probably panicked.
there's also the big push for clean energy, so
Batteries.
solar and solar and
Solar. Okay.
Yeah.
taking coal-fired power plants offline, which did recently happen for us here in February. They just decommissioned the last one in Indian River, coal-fired power plant, which is I think that has some people nervous because the solar here, and we definitely do a lot from natural gas power plants, but solar's not ready. The way I understand it too is the solar on ramps. It doesn't supply a constant power like
Mm-hmm.
the traditional
So
power plants.
you don't see it competing with generators, solar and battery storage.
Not yet.
They complement each other.
I think they can, yeah.
They do. If a customer's willing to pay a little extra, and you really want that true off-grid experience, it's a no-brainer. But you really want to design your house around that, not design your system around your house. If you do that, you're really going to be a lot more efficient, with your HVAC equipment. The mini splits nowadays, I mean, just the efficiency of them, and the lack of power that they require, kind of fits better into the envelope of having battery storage. And you can run your generator. You can still have a generator, like you say, it complements it. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have a generator that you can run for a couple hours a day, and it only burns 2 gallons of fuel to charge your batteries for 24 hours. That's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Our client in Massachusetts does the battery installation along with the generators. Do you have clients that customers where you've installed 2 generators or generator and a battery, or have you done that full grid?
No battery, no customer battery installations yet.
How about 2 generators?
Do you have
A few.
a few of them? Yeah.
Backup for the backup? Mm-hmm.
Really?
Different parts. Well, no, different parts of their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
I
I've
guess
got
if
other.
I'm assuming if it's a large home, right?
it is, and it was pretty smart. I mean, they already had one generator, but they just wanted the other part of their house covered. So instead of upgrading their generator, we just added another one. It is kind of
Oh, I see.
redundant. It's kind of redundant. It's nice because, if one fails, I mean, it's not the end of the world. They don't fail then.
No, they
What
don't.
what is the life of a generator? How long do they typically last if you're servicing it?
We get that question a lot. And I always tell customers, like, we replace generators at around the 18 to 20 year mark.
Okay.
15 to 18 years is when you start seeing them, the parts for them become obsolete. So when there's a catastrophic failure, getting that part just outweighs getting a new generator with a 10-year warranty. But I would like to think that the newer generators could last well over 20 years just because they've simplified. Unfortunately, they've simplified them a lot. Now it's one controller versus four different parts. So,
Right.
but
Okay. And you seeing what's the difference between Kohler and Generac? Let's talk about that for a second. So Kohler versus Generac in terms of your preference, what's easier to install, what's a better unit, without trying to damage your reputation with Generac or Kohler.
Well, there's other brands too. It's not just Kohler and
Yeah,
Generac.
sure. Briggs
Right.
and Stratton and Cummins and there's plenty.
You want to take it?
I get that question a lot when I go to customers' houses.
What's our opinion?
And I always tell people, you know, we work on both. We stock both. We stock parts for both. The brand of generator you pick isn't really that important. It's the dealer behind it. What do they stock? Like how many guys do they have on the road? If my power goes out in the middle of the night, my generator doesn't come on, are they going to answer the phone? It's not so much about the brand. It's not so much about the brand because like I say, we work on both of them. We take both of them apart. Sure, one might be a little bit more robust in this area, but then the other one's going to have a little bit more of an advantage in a different area. I tell people it's like you're either a Chevy guy or a Ford guy. I mean, they're both going to have some recalls. They're both going to have some issues, but
they both do the job.
Everybody that has a Ford thinks it's better than Chevy, and everybody that has a Chevy thinks it's better than Ford.
Is it true that installing would be easier to install a Generac, but servicing a unit or repairing a unit would be easier you would choose a Kohler?
Probably. Kohler's really come a long way with their panels. They're brand new. They're brand new generators. I mean, you can take three of the four panels off. It's just.
How long does it take to install a generator?
Run of the mill installs with 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
For two guys.
Pending permits and concrete pad and
we
all
don't.
that stuff. And what about increased regulations? Are you seeing anything that's coming around in Delaware or the Delmarva Peninsula that's going to cause some issues?
Nothing from the county level, but we've noticed just like a city recently, we had an install schedule lined up, had to postpone it because we couldn't get a permit in the town of Smyrna because let's put this on there that they need to know this is if anybody needs to hear it, they do. So they have a process. They make you fill out an interconnection agreement, which doesn't really apply for generators, more for solar. And for them to have you do that, they send it out to a third party who reviews it. And the town of Smyrna used to pay that fee, but since it's this year, they started passing that to the customer or the contractor. And the fee for the review is $1,500. So that they tried to spring that on us at the last minute, and we argued with them, and then they said, well, we'll waive the fee this time, but moving forward, you're going to have to do this interconnection agreement and pay the fee.
So in their eyes, generators are starting to be lumped with solar. It's kind of a.
But that's a heavy fee.
Other than that, it's a good place to install generators.
Yeah.
There are a lot of generator dealers.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Pretty lax permitting.
So apparently there's this DIY generator installation trend. What's your take on that?
DIY what?
Installations.
Generator installation trend.
The do-it-yourself
So the
generator
do-it-yourself.
install.
Watch a
What's your
YouTube
take on
video
that?
and roll with it, right?
Yeah.
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 Good
Yeah.
idea. Not a good idea.
We go
Is there like a
to,
safety hazard too with that? I mean, if you're
Plenty. Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, because not all inspectors are going to actually inspect the work.
Mm.
hmm
We've caught some issues that we didn't install, and we show up and there's things that breakers tripping. They can't figure out why breakers are tripping. And sure enough, what was that one issue? It was like bonding in the panel or something.
Yeah.
Didn't convert the panel to a sub panel.
Yeah.
It's-
Our parts are
But it
tripping.
was, yeah.
It was inspected. So,
Yeah. Man, I
but
don't-
but we go to a lot of generators where people are just, and not so much the DIYs, but you know, we'll go to a customer's house and present them with a quote, and then a year later, this has happened here recently. A year later, we'll get a phone call from that same customer. Hey, my generator's not working, and I can't find anybody to work on it. The guy that put it in for me, he doesn't work on them. He just puts them in. All right, so we have to go out there. I mean, it's customer service. We do warranty work,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we go out there, and sometimes they do a good job doing they do a quality install, but most of the time you get there and it's like, well, I know why your generator's not working because it wasn't really put in right, and then you kind of go over with the customer like the list of things that you just bite your tongue, like, yeah, well, you didn't pick us, so.
Yeah, exactly. And we're hearing this a lot from a lot of dealers, is that they're working on jobs where they were installed by people who don't have the certification, the Generac certification or the Kohler certification, so they can't do the warranty work, and the jobs aren't great. Do you guys welcome the warranty work and the service? Like, what's your take on the maintenance packages or the maintenance plans? That worth it?
Yeah. Yeah, we welcome it. We'll do a pre-inspection, get some photos,
Mm.
what we're getting into, kind of try and get an idea. Either way, you're going to show up. You're either going to go ahead and do the maintenance or the repair, get the warranty reimbursement, or you're going to tell them that there's an issue that needs resolved and we can help you with it. So it's
Mhm.
good. If we can get a customer to us, we appreciate that.
hmm
Okay.
And we try and take care of everybody that comes to us.
Okay. So what is if a homeowner comes to you and they're interested in buying a generator and they want to get one installed, what's the process like for a homeowner
And for you guys?
and for you guys?
Yeah. So usually, John, myself, or Christy will field the call, and we just schedule site visit, go out, and we use templates that are put together with average pricing, and we make some fine tuning when we're there on the spot. We make every effort to customize the estimate enough that it's tailored specifically to the customer, and then try and just give them all the information that they need to make an informed decision. And then if they want it, they're going to do it, and we give them the option to take a deposit on the spot, and we schedule it on the spot. We look at the calendar and pull it up, and then just make note of the utilities and who we need to contact for permitting, and get that ball rolling immediately, pretty much the same day or the next day, and
hmm
just try and keep the show moving for everybody.
And how do you determine the proper size of the generator based on the home?
Well, there's a couple of apps you can use, advisor tools, but kind of been doing it long enough. You can kind of just show up and
Yeah.
you can kind of take into account what they're using for natural, what they're powering a lot of stuff. I call them heavy hitters with natural gas or propane, your water heater, your furnace, oven.
We get a lot of customers too that have done a lot of research, and you show up and they say, I need a 24 kW or a 26 kW. You still review it with them, and there's a lot of them are right. And so
The Lockwood and draw on their air conditioning usually determines the size of their generator.
Okay.
Your HVAC system usually determines the size of their generator, and then everything kind of falls into place under that. We always we always give people the option. Like common sense goes a long way. Like if your power's out, do you really need to run your clothes dryer?
Yeah.
Do you really need to cook a turkey in your oven? Like if you do, then we can sell you a generator that'll give you that ability. But
Right.
do you really want to pay for that?
Right. Yeah. My installer, he said, you can't use your pool. Your pool is not going to run. We're just not going to hook it up. So don't worry about, overusing it or anything like that. It's like, there's no need for your pool to be operating on the generator.
You know what? And the kids don't even care. When the power went out the one time, there was junk and everything from the wind. They went in the pool.
Yeah.
They're in the water. It's dirty.
They were in the pool anyway.
ear infections the next week.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. No, that's good. You answered a lot of our other questions about, the buyer's journey. Kind of, I think anybody listening would kind of have a similar process.
I think it's
everybody.
important for dealers to just present the information. We like your recent ad for us is spot on. We don't really, we're not pushy. We do come in with a competitive price. We do show how we set ourselves apart, use superior products. We're given the best product, the best service at a competitive price, and
Right.
let the customer decide. So.
Right.
And you offer financing options for your customers?
Yeah. Okay. 2 different options.
How often is that exercised?
It's, I would say 10% of us, 10 to 15% of our sales are financed.
Okay. Yeah, we have other clients that are like, oh, we do maybe one generator per week is financed, and it's typically the wealthier clients that finance it.
Yeah. We always just, if they are wealthier and they're going to do it, we discourage them with a little bit of a surcharge for that 0% 18 months. So you know why you're doing it. Pass that cost to us. So
yeah. Okay.
But, yeah.
What if someone genuinely needs it and for medical reasons, and they're financing it because that's their option, that's their only option? And we don't really, we don't. For the record, we treat everybody the same. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, of course. What's the biggest generator you installed on a home?
On a home, 60 kW.
Wow.
Our average generator on a larger home would be a 48. But this customer was really cool. He actually had a huge Christmas light display, and he didn't want sacrifice that Christmas light display if power to go out. So
that's impressive.
But he's a really good guy. He's a really cool customer. So.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's a big generator. That's commercial grade.
Yep.
Okay. What else you got?
So what has been one of the most effective marketing strategies, do you think, that really helped your business?
I think something that we, aside from internet marketing, something that we've done like a boots on the ground idea for us
Hmm.
was sending out a pre-install mailer. Like if we're going to be working in a good community where, it's the right age, the right income, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll send out a letter ahead of time just saying, hey, we're going to be installing your neighbor's generator at this address. And so it goes out about a week before the install. And then just letting them know we'll have somebody there that can review things with you. We have a table set up. Um,
Oh, that's
and,
great.
we go over it but get approval from the customer. And um, that had a good turnout for us. It draws a little bit of attention. You get people walking
Mm-hmm.
their dog. They stop by and
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
How
and you make it
often do you do
inviting,
that?
right?
but
You make it
yeah,
inviting.
Yeah.
that
Oh, that's
was
great. How often do you do that during the year?
we were doing it when we were slower. We were making a big push, but
Yeah.
We'll probably start doing it again now that the weather's
yeah,
Yeah.
They
breaking.
get nice. Yeah.
It's in the middle of winter, ain't nobody walk. I mean, if you're walking your dog, you're tunnel vision.
I mean, your guys are out there anyway. They're on the property. They got your trucks out there, and sometimes people will see the trucks and like they would love to go and talk to you. But they don't want to bother you, and they don't. It's a hard thing to do. But if you got a table set up and you're kind of making it more inviting for somebody to come over and do that, that's
yeah,
probably works really well.
yeah. We had a guy tell us, to coach our employees,
Got a sign.
if you see somebody walking by your job site, kind of walk to the trailer and you just stop and say something to the customer like, man, you got a second to talk? I just need to get, anything to get out of work for a couple of minutes. You got anything? Just
Yeah.
and you use that as kind of like your lead in for just opening the conversation up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them what you're doing.
Yeah, we made this sign. We even had it like plastered on the door.
Feel
So
free
we,
to come
Oh, that's
talk to a
good.
tech.
yeah.
We might be
So we got a little.
working, but we always have time for questions. That's great.
Yeah, I love that.
It's
That's great.
so when we're on the install out by the street, the generator doors, our trailer doors are open, so
Yeah.
people can, and they walk.
Yeah, that's good.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, nice. Okay. That's great. And
Mm-hmm.
you guys do an amazing job with your check-ins. Your techs are out there taking pictures of the job and you're posting back to the website.
Yeah.
How has that process helped you?
It's given used to be a pain for us to have
Yeah.
any sort of media that we could use for marketing material.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But just through the check-ins, everybody's aware of what they need to be doing to help getting them engaged has made marketing so much easier for us.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Taking a picture every time you're out at a new location or a new spot.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You got a guy in your team that takes pictures with just the right angle. He gets the truck in the background. He's got the generator in the foreground. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes
So
he's
I
in the
would love
picture.
to, yeah, I would love to see a photo, like more photos with the technician actually in the photo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that would be good.
That we're not good at. Yeah. There's one
Not
guy
where we
that's
are,
very
though.
photogenic. Other than that, everybody's like, don't be taking a picture of me.
Yeah, that other guy looks like you hired him to go stand by a generator.
Yeah, but he's actually like our lead service guy. Like,
Yeah.
Here, put this shirt on and go stand by the generator. Yeah, that's great. And all right, so what role has social media played in connecting with new customers and how far does it go with social media?
Well, I uh, it's I guess it helps with word of mouth, especially if you get into a development. They have a Facebook group specifically for that
Yeah.
development or HOA. We have heard of a couple people that contacted us for that. That's how they found us. But so and so recommended you on Facebook. But I, it's that's a I don't know, kind of a dark tunnel for me. I try.
the heart.
It's addicting. So we really needed a social media manager, somebody to
Mhm.
handle that for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, a lot of the social media issues is that it has become nothing more than entertainment and less of a conversation spot. So we're seeing less and less engagement in, small businesses and, who should we use for what type of thing, and, more just for entertainment. Unless, like you said, you're in those Facebook groups, that's where the message can really go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like being part of a joint venture, or, somebody that can be you know, an ambassador for your brand.
Yeah. Co-branding. Yeah.
Hmm.
So are there
Yeah.
any new services or technology that you're excited to bring to the business? Anything new that you're thinking about? I know YouTube was something that we were talking about, bringing to clients. That seems to be something that's popular. Um,
What was that? YouTube? Oh,
YouTube.
YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
What do you, yeah, because that kind of stems back to what you were saying before about entertainment. I mean, if you can
Yeah.
entertain somebody
Well,
at the
because
same
people are
time,
scrolling.
yeah,
So if
you can
you
entertain
have,
somebody.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you can entertain them and educate them and sell your services all at the same time, you're
Yep.
You're right about that, for sure. But we need that video to do that. But that's why your ad works so great, because it's targeting and there's money behind it, and it's being paid to be in front of people in that area. So, but
Mm-hmm.
regular posting and a regular channel is going to have the same effect.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, there's a lot to do on that front. Uh, okay, so you're a Baltimore Orioles fan. How do you think they'll do this season?
Uh, just last night, I watched a little bit about their recalibrating, it's called. So
Recalibrating.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're
Okay.
they're training there, and it's. I was just in Florida, and I didn't go see them, but I think they're going to do good. I think they're bringing in, keeping the core there and bringing in some talent. So I think they'll be good. Really, last year I went to an Orioles Yankees game, and I was pretty upset. I don't scream and cheer or anything, so I can't blame anybody. But it was filled with more Yankees fans than Orioles fans.
Really?
And they were doing the Yankees chants in the Orioles stadium, and it's like you couldn't even get an Orioles chant going, so it's kind of weird.
Oh,
But you know,
I guess
probably paying people.
I guess that's
yeah.
why my marketing director sticks these questions in, so that he can find out from you directly. He's not even here to have the conversation. Um,
Oh yeah,
okay. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
So
I like your.
if you weren't running All American Electric, what do you think you'd be doing?
Hmm. I would be in a laboratory in a
Yeah.
fishbowl. Yeah, glad I
Doing
got
what?
out of. Well, I did lab work a long time ago, so
Okay.
I was what I went to school for. So kind of wasted money, but I got a good experience out of it. Learned a lot.
Yeah.
Um, that's what I'd be doing. I mean, I wouldn't be living in Delaware, I don't think. I'd probably be either in San Diego or, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
or I moved from San Diego, gave up the lab, and came here to work for
Okay.
this guy. So,
And
which I
Trevor,
appreciate.
what about you? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't want to have a backup plan. Pretty much all my eggs are in this basket. I was always forced to do electric work, not forced, but uh,
well, you do
Recommend.
lot of things.
yeah, I just like to work with my hands and just kind of come natural. And being, I always had family members that were in the electrical business, and it just
Mm-hmm.
made going to work
Awesome.
easy. So,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's great.
Oh, we could say hi. Come on
He's
in.
not. He's one of the non-photogenic. No.
Okay. They're not
One of the great
photogenic.
things about it being a podcast is that it's typically listened to on,
Yeah.
when you're in the truck, and not actually watching it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so we don't worry too much about video and quality,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Sure.
Okay. What else you got?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
All right.
Good close.
Do you guys have anything you wanted to talk about that we didn't cover?
No, I think all right, I'll give you a little, one last thing. Yeah, from a business owner's perspective, like I said, we run lean. A lot of the generator companies in our area, they tend to keep it tight, a couple crews and one of the best things we did, I think, is unloading the advertising, the marketing, just taking that weight off of us and giving it to somebody that's dedicated to it, knows what they're doing, good at it, studies it. It has been a huge help to us. I think it's helping our business, and it's freeing up our minds to focus on our business in other ways. So that would be a
good analogy, because like we just got done saying, like, if you want your generator installed, get a generator technician to do it. Don't pay an electrician to do it.
Right.
So with us trying to take on marketing, it's kind of,
Yeah, it's and you
we're
don't
not
have
we're not
time.
experts at that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
we can
And
we
when
can
do
we
you
can
have
make
time?
we can make your generator run, but
Right.
we can do 25% of the marketing. It'll be a struggle, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's 25% is not enough. You get 80% of benefit. You get 20% of the benefit of 80% of the work you do.
Right.
right.
That makes any sense.
Yeah.
So, but that's great. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Okay. Well, hey, listen, thanks for being on our podcast. And,
Yeah, thank
it's
you.
it's episode 3. So hopefully we'll do a check-in again, and try to do it again, maybe with one of your texts or something like that. I think that would be cool.
Yes.
And we'll
Good.
see.
All right.
And
Happy
go
St.
Orioles.
Go
That's
Orioles.
right. All right.
Thank you for listening to Powering Success, future-proofing your generator company. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. For more information or to connect with John, visit him online at www.generatorseo.com. If you found value in today's content, please share with others and leave us a rating and a review. Until next time, this has been Powering Success.